Hey guys, I I I'm I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to be comfortable saying hello to you on my phone camera because it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird to talk to a cell phone by myself in my apartment. It's just weird. It's just weird. But hi guys. I missed you. I'm here and I want to do something kind of like fun and a little bit more about me and the origins of my nerdiness, my nerddom, the origins of my nerddom. So yeah, I thought that could be fun. I actually have some printouts. Got all real, I got real fancy with this. Yeah, we're gonna go deep, man. We're gonna go deep. We're gonna figure this stuff out. I don't know. I want to continue to obviously make content that's fun and interesting for you guys, but also I don't know. I don't know what to necessarily, like, I have a lot of ideas, but it's hard for me to implement them sometimes because I want to make sure that I'm being authentic and that I'm enjoying myself and that I'm not just putting something out there just for the sake of putting something out there, but also because I want to make sure that I feel connected to whatever it is that I'm recording, and I feel connected to you guys when I'm talking to you, and that I feel connected to whatever it is I'm talking about. So yeah, I wanted to touch on one thing really briefly. One of you sent me an email actually last week, and it was by far the kindest message that I've gotten here so far. I've gotten pretty much nothing but support since starting this channel and recording my first video, but this one message in particular was just so kind, and I felt like you really see me and you understand and you know that I'm doing this because I am such a nerd, first of all, and also because I really love doing it and that it's special to me. And this person emphasized how, like, it's not about, churning out material or getting stuff out there, not to feel pressure. And I feel pressure very strongly, I think, compared to most people that I know. It's like the second I feel an ounce of like expectations or pressure, I freak out a little bit, like, oh no, there's that. Now all of a sudden I'm gonna ruin someone's life. That's just, I grew up that way. I grew up feeling the world was on my shoulders and I had to make people's expectations, wow. I mean, sorry. I'm not gonna get into that deep right now, but I just realized that is who I am. That's what I'm doing. We're not gonna do a psychological video right now just because it's YouTube and I'm talking about Star Wars and nerdy things, and that's not the place for it right now. We'll have existential crises later, I'm sure, but I'm not gonna go that direction just yet. I'm a little too, obscure and just not yet, but don't worry. What was I talking about? Because at the end of the day, I know I make fun of how I'm an introvert and everything. I'm gonna take this hat off because I'm just seeing shadows on my face. I mean, they're gonna be shadows regardless because it's nighttime and I have terrible lighting in my apartment because I live in a basement in New York. Let's just move on. Let's just move on to the material. But I wanted to thank that person. I want to thank all of you for being so supportive and understand, oh yeah, the introvert thing. This is part of the reason why I'm an introvert, is because I'm so awkward and my mind is all over the place. But I just want all of you guys to know that no matter what, I appreciate you and I know you're there, and I feel that. I feel your presence in the Force. It's beautiful, and I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm feeling that connection, and it's really special, but it's also very, very big and kind of scary because I've never really put myself out there before with anything, especially how nerdy I am. I was a closet nerd for a lot of my life. That's not true though, because once you see these pictures, you're gonna see oh no. But let's start with talking about how I grew up. Let me just show you the first photo. This first photo. I wanna say I was probably 6.5 or 7 years old here. At this time, yes, I did have short hair. Shortish. It was kind of like to here. I was going by the name Patrick at this time because I liked the name. My friend actually made me come up with the name because of Patrick Swayze, who I thought had the coolest name ever. It still kind of does now that I think about it. Patrick Swayze. what a cool name. What a badass name. Not to mention he was a badass. R.I.P. bro, miss you. Wearing my frog boots, frog rain boots, jean shorts, very obviously 80s, 90s windbreaker. And yes, that is a handmade bow and arrow. I sharpened that crappy stick by myself in my backyard with my pocket knife, which I collected. My dad helped me make this bow because I was having a hard time getting the right amount of tension. This didn't have full flexion because the stick was not meant to be a bow. I'm not gonna get into the whole details of this, but anyway, I used to target practice in my backyard with a stack of hay and a target, and I had a Siberian Husky growing up. Her name was Sasha, and she was my first dog, not my first pet because I had hundreds of pets, but she was my first and really only dog as a child. My parents did get another dog. They got a Rottweiler when I was older, like already an adult, who's my baby sister, by the way, because I'm an only child, and I don't know if any of you guys are only children, but when your parents have pets, that's like your sibling. So I grew up with a cat sister, Nico, and a dog sister, Sasha. And Nova, as you guys know, is my daughter. But I've had lots of pets. I had a ferret named Princess Leia, who ironically lost all her fur in a weird glandular issue, which I always thought was dramatically ironic because Princess Leia was known for her hair. And I just thought that was very sad. She was a sweet and little weird ferret, very strange. Oh yeah, and I trained Sasha to go fetch the arrows from, if they ever went anywhere other than the haystack, we had like a little bit of woods in the backyard, she would go get them for me and bring them back. She was amazing and so smart. I don't recommend getting a husky if you are not well versed in dog training knowledge because they are very close to the wild. They still have a lot of wolf-like qualities and they're incredible and incredibly smart, but like, dude. My dad kind of was a dog trainer, so he had that on lock, but just, I want to say I was maybe 8 or 9 here. Again, I think I was still going by the name Patrick. Look at that swag. Let me see if I can recreate that face. I can't even do it. But yeah, this was at a zoo, probably at a reptile or bird exhibit. I was wearing one of my favorite shirts. It was actually a frog shirt and you could snap on, there were snaps, you could snap on toy frogs. Tell me that is not either the coolest or nerdiest or both thing you've ever heard. Eating a bowl of ice cream. I was younger here. I want to say I was maybe five there. Wearing my dinosaur pajamas, which were for boys, which was so cool because that meant that they had fly. And yes, I tried peeing standing up and it never really worked. Anatomically, it's just a different ball game, but these were cool pajamas. They had pterodactyls on them. These were my mom's glasses. I thought they made me look cool, kind of like Egon from Ghostbusters. Did he have glasses? I don't remember, but I remember liking him because he was like very cool and well, to me at least, he was cool and nerdy. I always liked the nerdy people. Ian Malcolm was one of my favorite characters in Jurassic Park for that reason, because he was a badass nerd. Oh, hey, White Knight, that's me. Screw Guinevere, here's King Arthur with my golden sword that my grandfather made me. My grandfather carved me. This is the one request I ever gave him. My grandfather was a carpenter and cabinet maker and a structural engineer. And the one thing I ever asked him to make me was a golden sword from wood. And he made me this golden sword that he spray painted. It was beautifully made. And one day I was jumping on the couch and it was under me and I didn't know it and I broke it. It was a very sad day. But I'm on my rocking horse. So I obviously, look at that expression. Like, I was all in, man. I was all in. I used to have a javelin, and I would rock across the room. This is what happens when you're an only child. And the sad thing is, if that was with another kid, it would be like cute and like, oh yeah, that's childhood. But because I was by myself, just sad and strange. But looking back, especially because my parents were like not there when I was doing these things, which is so funny looking back. But then again, hey, look where I am. I'm by myself talking to you. That just reminded me of Ian Malcolm in the car. And now I'm by myself talking to myself.
reality. Here I am now by myself, talking to myself. That's chaos.
I don't remember the exact words, but he has the best lines in Jurassic Park. Speaking of Jurassic Park, dinosaur costume. Yeah, I think I was about 6.5 here. Halloween time. I wanted to be a velociraptor, and I was picturing this rubberized, badass looking velociraptor costume that was very realistic. But my mom made all my costumes growing up because she was a designer and she was very good, to give her credit. But this was not the costume I was hoping for. This was the opposite of the costume I was hoping for. But hey mom, I love you, and I know my mom watches my videos, or at least some of them, even though she doesn't care at all about nerdy things, really. Hey mom, I love this costume, it was beautiful, but you know me, at this age I wanted to be a ferocious velociraptor because they were the badasses of Jurassic Park. Instead I was a sparkly triceratops, but this costume was really beautiful. Look at that face. A pirate. This was in middle school. I want to say this was 7th grade. Yeah. I don't remember how old I was in 7th grade. I don't do math, remember? I don't know. These are just photos. These are just photos, snapshots of time. But the bottom line is, being a nerd goes so much deeper than that. Being a nerd, it goes into this spectrum of reality that other people glance over and don't really acknowledge. I think being a nerd means you have your own vision. Maybe you're a romantic, maybe you're an idealist, maybe you see these things portrayed in a narrative that gives you hope or resonates with you, and that's how I felt about Star Wars. That's how I felt about Lord of the Rings. That's how I felt about Jurassic Park or Indiana Jones. And if you look at all of the characters and the protagonists in these features and these stories, a lot of the times they are the introvert. They are the person that's doing their own thing and not being recognized for it, or not being understood. Or they are being acknowledged for it, but they're not being appreciated for it or seen. Like even like Dr. Alan Grant as the paleontologist, or Dr. Ian Malcolm, of course, as the chaotician, Laura Dern as the paleobotanist. These were 3 figures that John Hammond commissioned to bring over to Jurassic Park to get their expert opinions on, but then once they actually gave their personal insight and their personal feelings, and not just their expert opinions, and they're gracing him with saying this is the best idea ever. Once they actually had a gut reaction to what was happening, it was like he discounted all of it, and everyone, the lawyer, and it's just very interesting because I feel like that's how nerds in society are looked at. But anyway, I'm gonna end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you again for being so supportive and so awesome. And thank you to that person that I mentioned before. You know who you are, in the email, that was just so supportive and so like understanding. That was just a really cool, that's what I want out of this channel. This community, to be able to talk together and to have these ideas together, and just the support. I know that there are a lot of ideas out there. I have a lot of my own ideas and my own concepts of things to say and do. I promise you, we're all in this together. We really are. I really feel connected to you guys. This is our project, our community, and it's awesome. But please don't ever feel unheard, or if I don't get back to a comment right away, like please don't feel like it's me ignoring you or me not appreciating you, because it is. I love you guys, and you're all awesome. So thank you, and the force is with all of us, and I hope I will talk to you guys very soon. Okay.